What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review. This time I'm reviewing Longlegs. Yeah, we getting creepy now. We getting creepy. Oh, Longlegs. And I was like, yo, why is that movie called that? And I still don't really know why they call them Longlegs, but you know. I guess horror, psychological thriller type joint. Nicolas Cage is in it. And you know, Nicolas Cage is in a lot of stuff. I think Nicolas Cage works so much that we just like, all right, it's Nicolas Cage. Like when people work a lot, you just kind of, not really take them for granted, but it's just like, there's no urgency on them. You know what I'm saying? Like when Daniel Day-Lewis makes something, you're like, oh man, we might not get another Daniel Day until, 4 years from now. You know, even Leonardo, like, it's rare and it's an event. But Nicolas Cage, Sam Jackson, they stay working. So it's just like, I'd be hard pressed to find somebody that has seen every Nicolas Cage movie. Like I would feel like that would be hard to find. Somebody that's seen every one of them, even the straight-to-video joints. Same with Bruce Willis, Sam Jackson, they just work. So anyway, Nicolas Cage has been in a lot of stinkers. Let's be real, you know what I'm saying? So when you see him, just like, we not so sure, Nicolas Cage. But he's also been in some good stuff. Pig, occasionally he'll do projects where it's just like, all right, yeah, Form of Glory. You know what I'm saying? That's the Oscar winner right there. That's that Oscar nominee right there. So with this psychological horror, psychological thriller, we have an FBI agent that, her name is Lee Harker, played by Micah Monroe. I really wasn't familiar with her work, so I was just like, this is kind of like an introduction for me to her. I might have seen her in something but didn't realize it was her, but now I'm like, sometimes it takes a special project and then be like, oh, you. Blair Underwood is also in it as Agent Carter, who's her superior officer who brings her in to a case because they noticed that, when she solved the case, she had this kind of like leg up on like kind of clairvoyance. And like, wait, how'd you know to go in there? Well, I just knew. Agent Carter's like, let's bring her in for this case that's been going on for a while, since like the 60s. And we still haven't figured out these murders, right? And so the movie is set in like the early 90s. They don't tell you that. They don't say 1992. You just gotta kind of figure it out because it's like a picture of Bill Clinton on the wall. So it's like, oh, so he was president then. So you gotta do your own math. You gotta do your own work. But I want to say this too. When it comes to scary movies, when it comes to like horrors and thrillers, do you prefer the location be ambiguous? In terms of like what city they're in, like where we at? Does that add to the atmosphere in a good or bad way for you? Like this movie, they never really specifically say where we are. We just know it's Pacific Northwest, so it could be Oregon, Portland, maybe, perhaps. Trees, wintertime, seasons. I think for me, that makes the movie more atmospheric and more isolated. Like if I know we in the Big Apple, I know we in Manhattan, I know we in LA, we be like, oh, you in LA, you could go around the corner to Cedar Sinai. It's right there on La Brea, and whatever address, I don't know where it's at for real, but like, but I feel like a movie like The Ring, for example, I don't know where they were, but I feel it was in the Pacific Northwest though. Pacific Northwest is creepy. It's giving creepy. And so the atmosphere and the aspect ratio that he shot this movie in is very like interesting and like so the visuals are like super creepy and like eerie and like dark, but not too dark, not David Fincher dark where you gotta have a flashlight and aim it at the screen. It's not like that, but it's like very fitting of the type of movie it is. Like visually, this movie's visually dope. Mad wide shots, no real super close-ups. I'm like, yo, this is very interesting. I like my wide shots. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to porn as well. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. But Lee Harker is an interesting character. She's so eccentric that it's just like, yo, she's socially awkward. So it's funny to see her navigate, work through the case, work with Agent Carter, and like, have to navigate. And I'm like, yo, she's weird. So I was intrigued by her weirdness. And when you talk weird, Nicolas Cage has that in spades in this movie. He's so weird and creepy, and the promo for this movie has been like, it's the scariest movie of, in the past decade. They trying to get butts in seats. I always say lower your expectation and just go in. Is it creepy? Is it scary? It's disturbing. I messed around and saw it I went in for the 7 p.m. show, so when I came out, it was dark outside. And I live alone with 2 cats. So I recommend, if you live alone, go early. Hit that matinee. Hit that 12 p.m., that 2 p.m., and then when you come outside, you still got robust light. That's my recommendation. Is it the scariest movie I've ever seen? No. Is it creepy, disturbing? Yes. Did some of the images stick with me? Yes. I really enjoyed this movie. It was I felt like I understood it. And you know, when you come to stuff like this, and it was written and directed by Oz Perkins. Oz Perkins is an actor also. He was in the movie Nope, Jordan Peele's movie. Come to find out, Oz Perkins is the son of Anthony Perkins, who played Norman Bates in Psycho. I was like, what? I never knew. I never knew until I was just watching like interviews and stuff. I was like, Perkins. And then I just looked him up. I was like, yo, Anthony Perkins kid. Of course. So this was written and directed by Norman Bates's. Oh shit. Nah. But I like the directorial style. I like the story. It just felt fresh. And I feel like most people's issue with it is a lot of times the promo. And I don't really like flagging the film because of promotion. Yeah, you sometimes you can feel swindled. You be like, they said it was gonna be about this, but it was this. But you're not taking it at face value. You're not taking it in when you go from, the start of the credits to the end credits. And so for me, it was like I was intrigued. I was invested in the case. I was invested in the performances. I was just invested in the characters, and I left disturbed and creeped out, and I feel like the movie served its purpose in that regard. And it was just like, it was a movie that I was thinking about later, and I was looking forward to even looking at videos, not because I was super confused, but it was just like, let me see if my assumptions were correct. Like Tenet by Christopher Nolan, I was legit confused. I was like, I gotta watch 7 videos just to get what I just peeped. But this movie, I was just like, let me make sure I'm on the right track, because I think it was this, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but the actress that plays Lee Harker's mom, she killed it. Alicia Witt gave a great performance as her mom, and their relationship is very interesting. And I was just like, yo, she killed it. And she was kind of new to me too, even though she has a long, extensive filmography. I was just like, who? When? And I like going into movies where I don't know everybody as actors. Like, I know Blair Underwood, of course, and Nicolas Cage, of course. But it was like the supporting characters. I was like, that helps me feel like, all right, I don't know what's going on now. I don't know what's gonna happen. Anything can happen now. I don't know these actors. Even though, you can still be like, you can have a known actor and still be like, oh, they died already. I love it when they do that. They put a big name in a role. You be like, yeah, they're gonna survive. They're gonna live through. Oh, they died already. Stuff like that. So anyway, forget all that. Y'all want to know the smooth jazz review of Longlegs? Well, here it is. Oh yeah, I'm giving Longlegs. I'm giving it 4 saxophones out of 5. You know what I mean? Yeah, it served its purpose, man. And it wasn't like, it didn't piss me off like, what's that movie by my man that did Hereditary? Goddamn, what is that movie? Hold on, man. I'm looking it up right here on camera. He directed Hereditary, and then the movie he did after that, Midsummer. Oh. That movie pissed me off. I left the theater fist-balled up. I was like, man, put them up. Put them up. Who did this? I left the movie theater like, man, that was crazy. And it turns out, wild. So, yeah. So I left with that feeling. But, man, let me tell you something. I was scared to go in that house. And I forgot to leave the lights on. Come on, man. Because the cats ain't no company when you're scared. They make it worse, man. They be looking crazy. They be acting like it's stuff behind you when it ain't. They be like, huh? And then you look and you're like, huh? Nah, everybody's scared. They got the zoomies, man. It's killing me. All right, peeps, that's my review of Longlegs. Let me know what you thought of the movie in the comment section below. Did you go into it fresh, or did you buy into the hype? Did you do all the website research that they had going before you went in? I kind of went in, I saw one trailer, and then I just went in like fresh. I was like, Nicolas Cage, Longlegs. I had been hearing the promo was good, and so, but I went in not really knowing what to expect, and then I had a good time. I had a great time anyway. But let me know what you thought of the movie in the comment section below. Also, I want to know, what are your scariest thrillers? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.